Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Garden City Community Chat. This is episode number 527. It's Thursday, May the 6th, 2021. I am your host, Carrie. Also joining me tonight, our favorite weatherman in the business, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing?
Doing well. A little cold this evening, but doing well.
Yeah, we got to work on that, I know. And also a longtime Garden City resident and former Garden City councilman and dedicated co-host, Mike Jones. Mike, how are you?
Excellent, Gary, but I'm getting better.
Hey, good. Well, we hope that you're all safe and doing well. Tonight, we're excited to showcase another business based right here in Garden City as we welcome Natalie and Jason Crozier, owners of Pest Solutions. They will be here shortly to answer any of your questions and share with us the services that they provide. So if you're having any pest problems, now will be the time to ask the experts. Also, Joe Bartley will be back from J&J Taxes and More with another tax talk segment for us as we get closer to that May 17th filing deadline, right, Mike?
Yep.
It's right around the corner. Mike's going to have a few community events to announce, and I'll have the improving COVID numbers for the state and city. I also have a quick programming note for you. Next week, May 13th, our guest will be another business from Garden City that just opened this week in Garden City called the Garden City Delivers, a great service that serves Garden City residents delivered by Garden City residents. So Miss Cindy Storm will be here. She is the founder. Should be a good one, and we hope that you'll tune in. First up tonight, Dr. Tom, he'll have the latest weather forecast, see if we can get some drier, warmer days for us here. And just a reminder, if you want to join us live on screen, I have posted the link for you in the comment section. Just copy that into your browser, and you can join via your laptop, PC, or smartphone, as long as you're using Google Chrome and Firefox. All right, go ahead and grab your favorite beverage or snack, and we hope that you'll join us for the next hour or so right here live from Garden City, Michigan. Thanks again for joining us. But before we get started, we do want to do a quick thank you to all our listeners and followers of the show who tune in every Thursday night, not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several communities around us as well. We want you to know your support is greatly appreciated, so please continue to watch, share, and listen. Also, if your community has any events, announcements, or cancellations that you'd like to get out to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
They got to email us, Gary.
Exactly. Email the details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, or you can message us on Facebook at facebook.com/gcchat, and we'll be more than happy to pass that information along for you. And if you're watching us live right now on Facebook and you have any questions, comments, or concerns for any of us here tonight, be sure to type them in the comment section. You can also text your questions to 734-788-9319. And once again, log in live right now if you want to be part of the show and the discussion by copying the link in the comment section. All right, let's get Tom in here, Mike, with the latest check of the weather. And then we'll spend some time chatting with our guests, Natalie and Jason Crozier from Pest Solutions. Stand by. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Well, is it going to improve? That's all I want to know.
Right. I feel like this week is like the weather gods are like your typical dad that's like, you can't touch the thermostat. We can't warm it up any more than it actually is. Yes. We're in May gloom this week, and it's definitely been much colder than what we're used to. It's definitely been a little bit rainy, especially today. And we're going to kind of be in this pattern for just a little bit longer until we see some changes as we get into the next few weeks. But Unfortunately, this is going to be continuing for a little bit longer. As we get into the rest of tonight, we're going to see this rain continue for a couple more hours, but it will be winding down as we get into the overnight hours. The clouds will continue. It will be another chilly night out there. Once the rain moves out, we'll bottom out right around 40 degrees. So another chilly night out there. And as we get into tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of sunshine in the morning. We're going to do it all over again. We're going to see the clouds build up. We're going to see the rain move in during the afternoon hours and continuing into the evening hours. And we're going to cool down again as we get into Friday night. After this rain moves through and the clouds break up a little bit, we're going to get into the probably the upper 30s for highs. So a cold night out there.
Jeez.
So definitely a night to watch out if you already bought plants out there. This is definitely weather that you should protect your plants with, and it will continue as we get into the weekend. As we get into the weekend, we're going to see a lot of sunshine on Saturday. We're going to see temperatures try to rebound a little bit, but they're not going to really get much warmer than probably the upper 50s for high temperatures. And as on Saturday night, it's going to be another chilly night out there, probably. Temperatures will be right around 40 degrees for an overnight low. And then on Mother's Day, kind of going to be another cool day out there. I don't really see any warm-ups for mothers out there. Temperatures are going to probably be into the upper 50s for high temperatures. A lot of clouds will be around, probably a little rainy at times. It doesn't appear that it's going to be the best Mother's Day to really speak of. Kind of rainy, drizzly, cloudy, especially later in the day. If you want to have any outdoor stuff, earlier the better. This is the pattern where we get into the afternoon and evening hours. That's the rain. That's when the rain moves in. But cool during the morning. So if you're going to do anything outdoors, you're definitely going to need the jacket out there. And again, overnight lows as we get into Sunday night will be into the right around 40 degrees. And then as we get into next week, I'm looking for a change in the weather pattern, but it's hard to find. It's definitely coming, but it's hard to find as we get into the early portions of next week on Monday and Tuesday. Again, the pattern will continue, but it will dry out, but it will continue on the cool pattern. And temperatures on Monday and Tuesday will be right around 60 degrees for high temperatures, so upper 50s, and overnight lows will be probably in the upper 30s again. So if you're buying mother plants or have already bought plants, you definitely need to watch the overnight temperatures, especially with these hanging baskets and all those tender plants out there, because yes, we're not going to see a freeze, but definitely colder temperatures into the 30s will definitely not be good for those plants, even if it's for a little bit of a couple hours during the overnight hours. So what I would recommend is on those colder nights, you just bring them into the garage, even if it's not a heated garage, regardless, bring it into a garage or inside the house, depending on your perspective on how much you have or what you have or don't have, relatively speaking, and just bring it out during the daytime hours and then just bring it back in during the overnight hours, and you should be a-okay with that. But just wanted to briefly mention that because yes, this isn't like dangerously cold weather, but regardless, it's still it can damage the flowers a little bit with these colder temperatures. As we get the bad news out of the way, let's start talking about some good news potentially. As we get into the end portion of next week, we're definitely going to start seeing some changes in our weather pattern, hopefully. I do see some changes, but it's not a major change. It's just a little change. As we get into Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to crank up the thermostat just a little bit more. We're probably going to get into the low to mid 60s for high temperatures. And this dry pattern will continue all of next week. I don't really see any more rain past tomorrow and on Mother's Day. And as we get into mid portion of May and into the following week, I see temperatures starting to warm up just a little bit more. This isn't going to be a major warm up by any means and a consistent pattern of a warm up, but I do see temperatures probably increasing just a little bit, probably into the upper 60s to lower 70s for a couple days. And then we're probably going to cool down again. So we're working on it, Gary, but there's a lot going on in the jet stream that's just not favoring what I call a ridge over our region, which is what you
Right.
and Richard would like. A ridge is what really brings in the warm weather and really brings in the nice weather. We're just going to be in between troughs, which is the opposite of a ridge, which is cooler and rainier weather. And unfortunately, that's where we're going to be in the next few days. But we'll be in between them, which is why you'll see some moderating temperatures as we get into next week. And as we get into the following week. But we're getting there. I know it's weather that people do not like to see this time of year. This is like October weather or November weather kind of gloom out there. And that's the best news I can give you.
Okay.
I mean, you just have to be patient. Yes, like you've been saying, this is Michigan. This is typical. We get all sorts of wild weather, ups and downs, but at least some good news. I don't see any snow with the forecast.
Yay.
There's some good news. We don't want
I
to
hope not.
all this crazy weather with snow as well. So we're just a little bit of rain here and there every other day. Expanding outward and quickly talking about some other weather. Overall, the U.S. as a whole hasn't really been too active. The only active weather, like I've been saying the last few shows, is across the southern United States. They've been dealing with a lot of severe weather, which is where that jet stream has really been locked in. That's kind of where a lot of the severe weather has been focused the last few months. And unfortunately, a lot of places have been seeing repeated rounds of severe weather with tornadoes and damaging winds. And flooding has been a big issue as well, all across the southern portion of the United States. So I just wanted to briefly mention that. But other than that, a lot of the other parts of the country haven't really been seeing too much crazy weather. We're just dealing with some cooler and rainy weather here up in the Great Lakes, but no severe weather for us, so we'll take it. But if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com, and hopefully the numbers will improve on that website as we get into next week and get some warmer weather in here.
Let's hope. So not short and flip-flop weather yet.
No. Well, depending on who you are, there are those guys that wear shorts all year round. So.
Right. Hey, I want to acknowledge a few people that are in there watching us tonight. We have Patty Fix is in there. She says, hi, guys. Also, Garden City Fire Chief Kathy Harmon is in there. Hello, Chief. Kathy Ward is in there, says hello. Tina Wing. We have Sandy Abraham. We have Ed Wilhite. That was last week's guest. Ed is the owner of Hog's Backyard Barbecue. Thanks for joining us, Ed. We also have Dawn McCory from Florida. She says she's watching from Florida.
Florida has been hot. Let me just tell you. She's been dealing with some crazy. They're dealing with temperatures in the 90s down there. She
says, let me know when it's over the 50s and I'll come home. That'll be a while. Chief Harmon says, soon, need you to come back. And Mr. Paul Werhan is in there. Hello, Paul. How are you? William Werhan. Longtime resident of Garden City. All right. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. Now, if you don't know by now, our show streams live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. right here on Facebook. So please invite your friends and neighbors and relatives to join us as well. And make sure that you visit our Facebook page and also get more information and contact us as well by visiting our website at gccommunitychat.com. All right. Let's bring in our guests for tonight. This is their first visit to our show, and we are always happy to have any Garden City small businesses with us. Please welcome Natalie and Jason Crozier from Blessed Pest Solutions. Let's bring them in here. Hi, guys. How you doing? Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing? Okay. Doing good?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great.
I think we might have a delay there a little bit.
We're good.
All right.
I wish it was a little warmer too.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks for being with us tonight. We have a few questions for you. Who wants to tell us a little bit about your backgrounds and what made you decide to get into this business?
Well, to begin with, my background is actually in business management with a minor in business administration, which is far from bugs. But with the way things have been over the last year, there's absolutely no way I can go back to staring at the same four walls. And we've been really blessed over the last year that we could kind of pool our resources and really get our dream of opening a business going. So there's no time like the present. So yeah, we just decided to go for it, and we're hoping that we can offer a different kind of service because people right now need good service from every business,
Right.
and we don't see that everywhere.
And
Lots
you
of
need the
people.
support as well, especially our small businesses now.
Oh, I'm sorry. We had a little trouble hearing you.
You hear me okay?
Yep, sorry.
Okay. I just said that you need our support as well, just like all the small businesses.
Sure. And we've really had a great amount of support already from local people, and we've been around town, and we've actually been trying to do as much business as we can locally, buying our uniforms. We bought a truck locally. We did vinyl lettering by a local company,
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna put a picture of it up here. We got some pictures for you. There it is right there.
and that was done by Signorama on Middleville Road.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
And they did a really great job. And we just want to lift up the community,
Greg,
and we've had a lot of success with that. We went to a web designer that is out of Troy, but again, they're local. We didn't go across the country to find someone. We're just trying to give everybody that little boost and hoping that we get a little bit of that in return. So we've really been building a lot of great relationships, which is really what we want to do with our business, because we know that customers need to be treated really well.
Right.
And not every company does that, and we know that, we feel it. Everybody's had a bad customer experience.
Yeah.
And we want our customers to know that they get us. When they call, you talk to one of us.
Okay.
If you have a question at 10 o'clock at night, you get one of us on a Saturday, on a Sunday. When we come out, it's us. And, we're going to give you honest, fair pricing, and we're going to give you the best service we can, because that's what we would want.
So you're pretty much on call all the time then, really?
All the time.
Yeah.
We've gotten calls at, we've answered questions at 4 a.m. We've, had phone calls at 11 at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bugs don't sleep.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
you'd be surprised. Some people get really, panic stricken about certain insects, and it's more than just pest control.
We're going to get into some of those insects too a little bit later, but can you describe your service area? How far will you go? I know you're based in Garden City.
Yes. Right now we travel approximately 50 miles in
Oh, wow.
from Metro Detroit. We are going just about everywhere we can right now because they're a little more flexible. It's just us. We kind of go where we're needed.
That's awesome. Now, what about some of your services? You have service plans and different types of services that you provide?
Yes, we got one of our main plans is a service agreement where we come out in a year 5 different times, and they're 5 paid services, and we cover everything from insects, your ants, spiders, rodents, as in mice and rats, and all your common pest invaders. And
All the bees walk
and in between the paid services that we have, we offer free reservices. Anytime, no questions asked. We'll be out within 24 hours basically the next day, as we try to schedule it accordingly. And it's basically a full service plan where you're covered with a pest-free guarantee throughout that whole year. And we do mosquitoes and ticks, roaches, fleas.
Froze up.
Yeah.
Oh boy. You froze up for it, honest. Let's see if we can get them back. Nope. Well, maybe they'll sign back in. If you guys can sign back in, if you hear me.
Oh, there.
There
Oh,
we go.
There you go. I didn't know if you could hear me or not.
Yes, we could.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
That's
Oh,
okay.
no worries. We basically cover all your insects, including bees and rodents. A lot of companies don't include those. They tell you we cover this certain insects, and then they give sticker shock to somebody and said, "Oh, well, we don't cover bees," and it's kind of frustrating over the years. Now, I've been doing this almost 12 years now, and I've seen unethical behavior by companies, and
Yeah, you definitely don't want to kill our bees, right?
yeah, for sure. Well, not
Unless
not
they're
like
killer bees.
not
Not
honeybees.
honeybees, yeah, specifically. There are some
Well-
other ones that people don't necessarily like living in their home.
So you'll go out and make a like a house call. A person doesn't have to go on the 1 year plan, right? You'll, like, if they're having a
Yeah.
problem with a mouse in their house, you'll go out and service that.
Yeah, we'll service what we can do, one-time services.
Yeah.
For specific things, and then we will do a follow-up service that's included in that, depending if it's rodents or
Mhm.
a roach service or a bed bug service. You're typically doing a follow-up
Yeah.
on those, and that's all included in the price.
Well, we covered everything. Yeah, let's get into bed bugs. That's kind of, I know people are kind of probably itching now already. But what are some of the signs of a bed bug infestation?
Well, you'll see sometimes blood splatter on pillowcases. You'll see on the folds of mattresses. You'll see little black fecal matter
Oh, gee.
and shedding of their skins,
Yeah.
things of that nature. And it's the majority of the time you're going to find the heavier part of an infestation on the bottom of a box spring
Oh, okay.
of a bed. It's always where people are at a resting state or sleeping. So sometimes it's on a living room couch. So
Now,
it can be at various places.
have you done motels or hotels? Because I know whenever we stay at a hotel on the road, we check the sheets and all that, and the bed springs, like box springs, like you said.
Absolutely. We actually did a La Quinta hotel in Allen Park area. So
Mm.
we did that a couple weeks ago. So we service everything, commercial or residential.
Cool. So what do you find works the best to treat the infestation of bed bugs?
We use a spray residual treatment,
Mhm.
and we find that you've got people out there that do heat as well as a spray treatment, but throughout the years, if you don't have a heating unit that's going to heat a room or a house up to 135 degrees really quick, it's going to give them time to actually move into walls and avoid dying. So it's best to always use a residual treatment on the areas that they're being infested, like your couches, beds, perimeters of rooms, inside, like nightstands next to the bed, anywhere 8 to 10 feet from where a person who's getting bit is sleeping. You want to make sure you're saturating that area,
Right.
and the people have to be out of the home for 4 hours after you treat.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do they got to do before and after the treatment? So they have to stay out for a while. Uh-oh, you froze up again. Your internet. Okay, well, we'll try it again. Huh. We'll see if they.
Modern technology, wonderful.
Yeah, it really is. Yep. The Wi-Fi can go in and out at any time. You just never know. There you go.
We're having that kind of a day, I guess.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. That's okay. So they have to be out of the house after the treatment at least 4 hours.
Yes, and we're treating all the rooms, whether they've seen bed bugs in them or not. I don't go in and just treat part of the house because they're very good hitchhikers. They can be carried from room to room.
Yeah.
And just because you have it heavy in one room doesn't mean that they're not traveling throughout the home. And
Wow.
because you have some people that actually sleep in different rooms, or they're getting bit and they move to the living room to sleep because they feel like they're getting bit. And you could have a husband or wife who's sleeping next to them that's never getting bit, because bed bugs typically tend to feed on one person unless it's a real heavy infestation,
Holy
and
cow.
then they're going to be feeding on multiple people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
And how does one get bed bugs? I mean, how do they get them?
well, you can carry them from person to person. If they could be in if you're out in a restaurant sitting in a booth,
Oh, wow.
the person who sat there before you could have dropped them off on their person. It'd be picked up in a purse in your coat.
Oh,
You find that kids carry them a lot if they're
Yeah.
going to a friend's house and throwing their coat on a bed or a couch.
Right.
It's just a common thing. You don't think, oh well, I got to check this person's house. I'm over their furniture. So
Mhm.
check the soles of your shoes before you're going back to your own home.
Right.
Just be vigilant and self-aware. Like I said, I've been doing it almost 12 years now. I've treated probably 1,000 homes for bed bugs, and I've never carried them home because I kind of know what to look for.
Right.
And I'm not going in people's houses, sitting down on their furniture, watching TV. I'm there working, moving around.
Yeah.
Bed bugs aren't going to be coming out to feed on you when you're awake and moving around. That's just doesn't happen. And you hear different things out there in the media where that they strike fear in people, basically saying they can jump and do this, and it's not all accurate. So
It is kind of crazy though. I mean, you could be visiting someone's house, friends. They may not know they have them and bring them home to your house.
absolutely,
I mean, that is kind of
it's very common. Or you have somebody come over and spend the night.
sure. Yeah.
Staying in hotels, you put your luggage on the floor. You always want to have it elevated up, and
Right. That's what we do. Yep. We always put it on that cart that they give you,
absolutely,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, I got a question from Lynn Hammond. She wants to know what is done for mice and rats. How do you address that?
We use a baiting method, a second generation poison, where it's a one feed poison that they eat it once, they're gonna die. It's as simple as that. They're gonna feel dehydrated and thirsty, and they're
Mhm.
gonna go out and try to find water. We actually locally in Garden City, we've got several homes that we're monitoring, a month to month basis, just for rodents, just to keep their homes, free of mice and rats, just because of the sanitation issues that come with that. You can get salmonella from, mice,
Wow.
defecating on your pop cans or soup cans. If you don't clean those off and you
Sure.
have them, you don't realize it.
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's
And I
pretty,
know
pretty scary.
I know with the road construction in Garden City now, that stirs up the rats in the sewers and that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Whenever they tear up expressways, like in Livonia years ago when they tore up 96,
Yeah.
rats were rampant just north of 96. I had several calls that I was going on monthly for that. So
Wow.
it, it's one of those things that
And
they're not going away.
and another very important thing is if you have a pet, keep after their waste, keep it picked
Yep,
up.
exactly. Yep. Harborage any wood piles, you want to stack them up away from your home,
Right.
off the
Good.
ground, anywhere where, sometimes you've got rats that burrow under decks,
Yeah.
under sheds.
Sheds.
You can see the rub marks that they leave, and a little bit digging,
Yeah.
it's, and then, they're more nocturnal, so you don't really know until
Mhm.
it gets out of hand. If you start seeing them during the day, in the mornings or evening, you're not just seeing one rat or one rodent. By the time people see them in their homes, it's usually gotten out of hand. So
Yeah. Yeah. Kristen Pfeiffer's in there too. She was on our show. Was that last week, Mike? I think it was last week.
Yeah.
She's got a question. If a squirrel were in a wall, how would you address that? What do you do?
well, typically they're good climbers as well. So
Yeah.
um, you don't poison small wildlife. You're gonna want to live trap those.
Mm-hmm.
So my go-to is just a little bit of peanut butter on a bread, and a live trap, and you set it in an attic space, or where you're hearing them. One thing to avoid that is trimming any trees and that off the house. A lot of them can run across wires and get on the roof of the house. All they need is a small gap. We were at a house we've been servicing over the last week that they had a hole that was chewed through behind their gutter on the fascia. So
Is this the one here?
That is one of them.
that
Yeah, we
is
had
one.
another one as well. It's not a very, they don't need very much room to get in.
That's crazy. That's up in their attic.
Yep,
Yeah.
that tiny hole. Yep.
Wow.
And we do some minor exclusion work, but we don't specialize in that. If it's something small, like maybe that's in a accessible area for me to fix,
Right.
I will go ahead and fix that. But that's not what we necessarily specialize in.
Right.
It's just a courtesy. If I can manage it, I'll take care of it.
Here's another picture that you say.
Yeah. Yep,
good
that was a home that's in Garden City as well. That's they were having a rodent issue, and that small gap right around that spigot we put excluder in there, also known as steel wool, and the mice can't chew through that, so we filled that hole. So we felt like that was one of the entry points, and plus they had a door sweep on their front screen door that was about a half-inch wide going up.
Oh yeah.
You leave your front door open when you're carrying in groceries, and even if the screen's shut with a gap like that, they just come in freely.
Sure.
So
well, that's good to know. And here's the close-up of our buddy, the bed bug.
That's a female bed bug right there.
How do you know it's female?
It's wider on the hips.
Oh.
Basically, it's true. It's even like that in bed bugs. So
Customers always have that problem.
a male is a little bit skinnier, more of a hot dog shape, though.
I got you. Let's see. I got another question here for you. Tina Wing wants to know, can you kill ants but not hurt butterflies? I have big, large black ants, mostly by my trees. Only a few come in the house. Are they harming my giant oak trees? Those are them carpenter ants?
Yep, carpenter ants what they do is they'll chew through wood, usually softer wood, and they build what they call galleries. They're not like termites where they're gonna destroy your home per se, unless you had some water damage, and that makes the wood softer, and that's where they'll tend to build their galleries. We can granulate for them, use a bait for them. I like to use a product that you spray around the foundation of the house. That's just around the foundation. We don't put it up in the air. That packs a punch for them. You can only use it on the exterior twice a year, and
that wouldn't harm butterflies.
It's not a repellent. They'll cross that, and it takes a minute for them to die. So since they're a social insect, they'll crawl back to their nest and spread it with the other ants. So there's several different methods we can use to treat things. We also offer organic options that are safe for humans and pets, so they can be in the house when you use it, and it's still an effective measure.
And it wouldn't harm the butterflies, right?
No, we wouldn't be spraying in the areas where those are. Yeah.
Kristen wants to know: does your company seal the gaps, or do you just let the homeowner know where they're at and they take care of that?
We will seal some smaller gaps, like I said, if it gets into major construction,
right?
In high ladder work, we're not going to get involved in that. But we will identify any gaps and point it out, and help with the best method of sealing it, and give suggestions if we can't do it ourselves.
Okay.
We take as many pictures as we can, so when we find that stuff, we have a software that the customer has access to with all their customer information, history of what we did, pictures of anything we found, the safety sheets. So, when we give all of our customers access to all that information. So even though we do tell them, sometimes it's kind of an overload of information.
Yeah.
So we make that really available to them.
Yeah, the pictures actually go right to their own personal account and save there.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
And that way, if they can't be home, there's a lot of times once you get things under control inside, to keep everything out. You're just doing a routine maintenance around the outside of the home. And
Right.
if there's something new that we find, sometimes I've seen a broken basement window that's on the left side of their home where they never even go over there. So I point
Yeah,
that
you wouldn't
out.
be aware of it, right?
They wouldn't be aware of it, and you let people know, and they appreciate that.
Yeah. So you go the extra mile.
Oh, absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I
That's
mean,
awesome because
yeah.
sometimes you just don't get that out of some of these companies,
Yeah, well, it's not just a job. I've always been passionate about it, and
Mhm.
it's not just a job; it's a career choice, and I think that makes a difference.
And what's great is you're based right here in Garden City, Michigan. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
So Natalie, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the recent experiences since opening that you've had?
Oh, we've had a few of them. One really different one that for both of us actually is last Sunday we had a customer call and she said, "Oh, I've got all these bees. They've swarmed all over a bird's nest." And we're thinking, okay, it's not quite bee time yet. They're just foraging. So this is going to be a few bees, no big deal.
Right.
We actually got there and surprise, surprise, it was actually a honeybee swarm.
Oh, wow.
There were thousands of bees that had attached themselves to the pergola in the backyard of this customer, and she was beside herself. They were everywhere. They were
Oh my God.
flying. They had actually kind of overtaken a bird's nest, and unfortunately, the chicks didn't survive in there, but
Uh,
they just came very suddenly. She said it took about 10 minutes for them to all get there.
really?
Yeah. And then, we are trying to develop as many relationships with beekeepers in the area as we can
Right.
because we don't want to hurt honeybees or other pollinators either.
Mhm.
They're important. So, we've been in contact with several of them. And one is Bee Benevolent Beekeeping, and one is Bees in the D. So we called them and told them, what was going on. And
Well, yeah, I think they've been on TV, Bees in the D.
but anytime you need to call them, I know Be Benevolent will come and remove swarms outside and inside for free.
Mhm.
So that's good to know.
Wow.
And by the time the beekeeper got there, they were gone.
Yep.
Within a couple of hours, they had
Is
come.
that right?
Thousands of
Swarms
bees.
and
There were thousands of them, and
So
Yeah.
they're following the queen bee, I would imagine.
yes.
Yes.
What happens is the queen and those bees broke off from another nest that was getting overpopulated. So what happened is they stopped at that point and herded together while the queen sent out other workers to go find a proper area that was big enough for that nest.
Wow.
So, within 15, 20 minutes after we left, she called us and said they're all gone now.
Oh
So
my
those
gosh.
workers
That's
come
crazy.
back and they shake their tail in, and all the swarm just left.
Wow.
So I found out some information about that because I've been doing this for years. I've seen honeybee nests
Sure.
and told people, well, I can't treat these, and in special situations people can treat them, but in most of the cases you're going to find a beekeeper that's going to go and get those because they're selling honey. So
Mhm.
it behooves them to get the queen out of that hive, and then all the other bees are going to follow. So they get them in a box, and then they take them to wherever they're storing all their bees, and just have the hive there.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
It is.
And
Now-
we've actually been invited to come in, kind of check out their bee yards and learn a little bit more about them. So that's been really beneficial.
Cool.
So yeah, that was a good experience because nobody got stung.
Yeah.
It is scary. That was my first experience because I am new. I've actually just received my license this year. So
Wow.
I'm a little new to some of these experiences, especially thousands of bees swarming.
That can be kind of scary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, she looked really brave. I said, "Wow, you weren't even scared." She was standing 10 feet away. I'm standing there and I'm calm because I've been doing it for years. I'm like, oh, you got to be calm when you're dealing with bees.
Mhm.
And
Natalie was social distancing.
yeah, oh yeah, she was standing there like a boss, and I was proud of her. And I was like, she goes, Oh, I was scared. After we got in the car, I was like, oh, okay.
That's really scary. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
You have to put on a brave face sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. So any other major deals that you've had to run across?
Yeah. About a week and a half ago, we did a real bad bed bug job for this lady hired us for her mother who was elderly, and she had a real bad bed bug infestation where I know she was getting bit up just by the size of the infestation. They had tried to treat it. They had a family friend or caretaker that tried to treat it themselves.
Yeah.
And a sign of that was they had the bed bug covers on the bed.
Oh.
When we got there, and it was like usually that's something we're recommending people do because it eliminates harborage for them. And in these situations where if you don't know about bed bugs, and it took me a good year to learn how to treat for them and doing a lot of jobs consistently, it's best just to hire a professional to do it, And that's one thing we do too, is we do it at a reasonable price. We're not gouging people because that's the most invasive bug there is, in my opinion, and it causes a real emotional toll on people. Where they're dreaming about it, they're feeling like there's something on them.
Absolutely.
And it does take a mental, just a lot of mental stress.
Different frame of mind for sure.
If it's your parent that has them, or if it's you that's getting bit, it's a stressful toll because you almost have to pack up your whole house, to get it treated properly. And that's one thing that we got a job tomorrow that we're doing. There's a lady that she's got a bad infestation and she's has back issues. And I told her, I said, look, we'll do whatever we need to do to get your house treated right. I don't want you lifting beds. If we have to pull out your clothes out of the drawers and bag them up for you,
right?
Don't overwork yourself. It's we got 2 people coming there, and we're going to take care of you right. I'm not going to charge you extra, just because I know the toll that it takes on people, and some people are just doing that for the money, and when it comes to things like that, we genuinely want to help people.
So
we want people to know that you don't have to throw out your couches and your beds and your big expensive pieces of furniture. Wow. We can help you. Please don't, call us or even call another company. If you have to, just call somebody and get that professional help. I mean, of course, we'd prefer you call us, but call someone and get help because that's going to save you a lot of money and stress and energy.
Now, Tina Wing says Mike and Nancy Soder will come out and save the bees. Do you know them?
We don't.
No,
we've just ran into.
Got that down. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Good information, Tina. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're always looking for more people to partner with because we'll share the love for sure.
Right. Now I know before you go, we had mentioned the like raccoons and possums. You don't really get into live trapping much, but you have done that.
Yeah, we'll do it on special cases. Typically, a lot of times if we're doing their general pest service as well, just like mosquitoes and ticks. If you have a real small yard,
right,
I'm going to treat for that stuff and just throw it in. I don't know another pest company that doesn't separate that every time just because they're trying to make an extra buck or two.
Yeah,
they just nickel and dime, and we're not going to do that. I'm gonna include that, and that's going to set us apart from other people. Just to throw that in because it's not taking that much more time.
Well, it sounds like you're pretty compassionate people too, and that's good to see too.
Yeah, we try to be. We understand. We've had it. We've had squirrels in our attic. We've had.
You've been there.
We know. We understand. Yeah. Jason knows what it's like to have a panicked wife. There's bugs. Yeah, So.
Right. Well, look. Did we cover everything that you wanted to cover?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. As long as you got our information, just call us 734-419-0004. And
we're on all social media as well.
You have a website, nice website too, blessedpest.com.
Yes.
Yep.
And then your email is blesspestsolutions@gmail.com. I got it all up on the screen.
Yep.
And I'll mention it again at the end of the show too, as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And Cheryl Parton says a lot of great information, Mrs. Chad. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had a lot of people in there tonight. So hopefully if they have any pest problems, they're going to call you.
For sure. Please.
Happy Fix, great information. Let's see. Do you share your bat story? No, I didn't, dear. You don't deal with bats, do you?
Don't.
No, I can identify bat droppings as compared to like mouse droppings and rat droppings. You know, a lot of home inspectors get them confused.
Is there anyone that you would recommend though? Do you have someone?
I don't have anyone to recommend for bats per se.
No, that's tough. And the
Yeah,
story
I don't deal with people that do that. I know there's some companies out there, so but
yeah, the story that she's talking about a few years back, our neighbor 2 doors down, he says that his daughter's bedroom was upstairs, and she could hear like scratching, on the ceiling, and she thought it was a bird up there. And he said, "Do you think you can come over and take a look for me?" So there was an access hole in the linen, and I poked my head up there, and the whole gable end of the house there was paneling, and the whole gable was moving. I mean, that's how many bats were behind that paneling. And I says, "Yeah, you got a real problem."
yeah.
And he could not find anybody to take care of that. And finally, somebody said, "What you want to do is get a fluorescent light, plug it in up there, and just leave it on 24/7." And eventually, they all left, and they were coming in on the gable end. There was a vent there, and he had to fix that end, and hasn't had any problems since.
Yeah, that's usually the issue. Is there's an entry point, and once you really want to wait until they leave.
Yeah.
To go feed or do bat things.
Yeah. Well, that's more at night. And another misinformation out there is bats do not control mosquitoes. If somebody says, "Oh, I have a lot of bats in my area," it doesn't control.
That's a myth.
Mosquitoes. Yeah, it's not true.
Oh, wow.
They eat them, but
Yeah, it's not going to be a method of control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, don't start a bat colony.
Doing a one-time mosquito service is not going to give you control.
Right.
May through September, sometimes late April through end of September is the best time to consistently do a mosquito service. Otherwise, the reduction isn't going to be there. You'll get about if you do it consistently, you're going to have about 80% reduction. So by no means should you still go outside and not put on any DEET.
Yeah. I go in our scream room. That way they don't get me at all.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the way to go.
Sure.
Well, look, it's really been a pleasure talking with you guys, and I wish you all the success in the world, and come back anytime, okay?
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We'll be in touch.
All right, you guys take care, and thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Good information, eh? Wow.
Yep.
That was, I bet they've seen it all, Mike.
Yeah. They've seen a lot more than I want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, especially those bed bugs. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Good questions in there too. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. All right. Let me see. We're going to get Joe in here now, I think. We'll get Joe in here to do tax talk. He's got some important information for us as well. And then I'll do the COVID numbers, and then we'll get to Mike and some events, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tax Talk with Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. So as we're moving into the last week of the official tax season for the 2020 returns, hopefully y'all have got your returns filed, or if you haven't got them filed, at least an extension done. Now, we do want to touch on that if you have not paid a balance, say if you owe and you have not paid it yet, you want to get something in the mail to them. Even if you can't afford to pay the full amount, you want to pay a partial. And it's what's going to happen. They're going to take that partial and then apply it toward what you owe. And then in about 6 weeks or so, you'll probably see a bill for the balance. And with that bill, there will be an application for a payment plan. So you can get that filled out. And as long as you're in the ballpark of getting it paid off in a fairly quick amount of time, which they figure 5 years at least, they will approve it. Now, there are costs to that, but it's better than just ignoring it and not doing anything, because penalty and interest are still going to continue to occur for you. The other thing that we're seeing all over the country is delay in some people's returns. Some, as far as that are filed in February, still have not received their return. And when you check the IRS.gov website, where's my refund, it simply says in process. So it's what most people are saying is there's a couple of different reasons. These stimulus payments, having an incorrect amount or not reporting an amount, that can cause a delay. And some people are even getting letters that a error was made on the return, and that's why there's a holdup. So that's one thing. Some returns that have some child credits on there seem to be getting held up. The IRS is looking very closely at most returns, especially those with children on there and different credits, because of so much fraud that's going on. So that could be a reason too. Now, you can call the IRS, but you probably won't get a really good answer. So the biggest thing is just be patient. Watch the mailbox just in case there's any kind of letters that come from them asking questions or for some documentation. You want to be on that. So if you haven't got those taxes done, please at least file an extension, and that will save you money in the long run. And even if you can't afford to pay, you're going to owe, you can't afford to pay, at least get the return filed, and that'll be one less penalty that you're going to have to worry about. So if I can help you out, the best way to get a hold of me is through email, which is joe@j&jtaxesandmore.com. You can call the office at 734-523-8291. Please leave a message, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
All right, Joe. Good information. Appreciate that. Yeah, file that extension if you need to. That's for sure. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the numbers here. Let me get the state up, which they did go up a little from yesterday, about 1,000. So 3,514 cases today confirmed with 115 deaths. 92 of those were identified during a vital records search, or review. So
Still too high.
He's still too high, exactly. Yeah. We were doing good there, so hopefully it's going to continue to go down, but today there was a little blip in it. County numbers, Garden City, they had 10 cases today, not bad. No deaths. Dearborn, 49 cases. Dearborn Heights, 25. Canton, 35. Livonia, 25. Taylor, 30. And our neighbors in Westland, 32 cases. None of them had any deaths today. So, I urge anyone that's visiting any of these cities with elevated numbers to, do it safely, mask up and maintain that physical distance, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
You got to still keep in the back of your head for sure. All right, let's get you in here, Mike. You got all set? Your voice is primed up.
We'll see.
Here we go.
There's quite an echo, so it's. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yeah, that'll be the day when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave. You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
Sounds good. All right, here we go. Our good friend at Inspire Theater is doing a play.
Oh, good.
You read that?
Yeah, 39 steps. It's going to be Friday and Saturday, June 11, 12, 18, 19, 25, and 26. Showtime at 7. And Saturday and Sunday, June 13 and 19, 20, 26, and 27 at 2 p.m. Tickets are $10. All performances are outside. And they're located at 33455 Warren Road in Westland. That's between Vinoy and Wayne Road. Garden City Miniature Golf. No, I had that one too, Carrie. They're having a Mother's Day golf special. Mom's golf for free on Mother's Day. Mention the marketplace when you visit.
Mm-hmm.
They're located at 29060 Ford Road. Hours are Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Summer hours start in June, and you can call them at 734-425-9816.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little treat for Mother's Day. Let's hope
Yeah.
the weather cooperates, huh?
Okay. Camp Garden City Summer Camp. Monday through Friday, 9 to 1, for ages 6 through 11. And it runs from June 28th to August 20th at Garden City Park.
Right.
Specially trained Garden City Parks and rec staff. Some of their activities include sports, group game, crafts, nature activities, science experiment. Field trips included every other week. Only $79 per week for residents, $90 per week for non-residents. Sign up quickly. The Maplewood Center, 734-793-1850.
Right. That's something nice for the kids to do.
Yeah.
This is a good event right here.
Yeah, I had this one too.
Okay.
Champions Golf Outing. Anyone can participate. It's the 6th annual scholarship golf outing. It's going to be at the Links at Gateway in Romulus. It's on Tuesday, August 24th at 9 a.m. You help raise money for scholarships for at-risk students in the Garden City High School Champions Program. Look for more information and a link to reserve your spot, donate, or both. Coming soon, contact Kelly Mendez at Garden City High School, Mendez K at gardencityschools.com.
Yep. This was so popular, they're doing another one, Parents Night Out.
Yeah, that's another one I had. Maplewood Community Center is having Parents Night Out. We'll watch the kids while you get a break. May 14th, 5:30 to 9 p.m. There'll be pizza, movies, crafts, games, and fun. Cost is $10 per child, $5 for a sibling, and you must register by tomorrow.
No.
734-793-1850.
Yeah. Maybe they'll take somebody after May 7th, but we'll see. Yeah, get your registration in. This one came in kind of late.
Oh, Maplewood Senior Center Thrift Shop. Happy Mother's Day. The senior volunteer ladies will be handing out free 4-inch potted geranium.
Yeah.
This is going to be also tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Maplewood Community Center. You must sign up to receive your geranium. Sorry about the pronunciation. Please call the Maplewood Senior Center at 734-793-1856 to sign up. This is available to moms and grandmoms who are 50 years and older and are resident at Garden City.
Right. Now, this came from Sandy Abraham. It's a raffle.
Okay. Win Me includes 3 homemade Afghans, color of U of M, State, and Cougars, 6 Cougars t-shirts, 4 long sleeve, 2 short sleeve, $100 gift card, $10 a ticket, 3 tickets for $20. The drawing will be on May 22nd.
Yep.
The Afghans were knitted with love by Sandy Krokokian Abraham. 100% of the proceeds help seniors with prom costs.
Yeah, here are some of the pictures here. Those are
nice.
Yeah, very nice. And then here is the Cougar t-shirts. So some good stuff there for a good cause. So get a hold of Sandy Abraham. She's on Facebook as well. All right, we got the Lucky Squirrel coming up.
Yeah, Lucky Squirrel. First one is next weekend, May 15th. There'll also be on June 19th, July 17th, August 21st, and September 8th. They're in the outdoor flea market and craft and vendor event. It's 150 vendors, arts, crafts, antiques, and more. Runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Garden City Town Center parking lot on the northeast corner of Ford and Middlebelt.
Yep. All right, I got the information for this one. I gave this information last week. The GCBA is having a drawing giveaway, Mother's Day giveaway. Enter for a chance to win a Mother's Day prize package, compliments of members of the GCBA. Shop at your local GCBA member businesses and drop off or email your receipts for a chance to win. The prize package includes gift cards, get this, from the Wild Iris Floral Boutique, Golden Feather Barbecue, Garden City Historical Museum, Two Archer Salon, Planet Smoothie, Michigan Massage Professionals, Sports Venue Bar and Grill, and Elaine's Gift Baskets, and more. Receipts, you still have time. Receipts must be received by tomorrow at 5 p.m., May 7th. The winner can pick up their prize on Saturday, May the 8th, between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. at the Straight Farmhouse. Rules. Receipts must be dated between April 11th and May 7th, 2021, and come from a GCBA member business. Receipts can be dropped off at the Straight Farmhouse in the locked mailbox or emailed to gcbusinessalliance@gmail.com. No limit on entries. For a complete list of the GCBA members, you can visit their website at gardencitybusinessalliance.org. So that's a nice giveaway right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, Garden City Police Department works with the Go for Zero project to conduct party patrols, additional patrols to ensure teens aren't drinking at parties, and compliance checks that alcohol retailers are not selling alcohol to minors. These efforts help keep alcohol out of the hands of teens, protecting our kids from the risks of underage drinking.
Okay, Sandy reminded me that tickets for that fundraiser for the Afghans can be purchased at Sports Venue.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you make your way over there and get your tickets. right away. Let's see. I got another one here. There you go.
Okay, the Notre Dame Hall is having an outdoors market and bike show. They're located at 3144 South Wayne Road in downtown Wayne. It's going to be on July 10th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is being sponsored by the Notre Dame Council Knights of Columbus. They're currently seeing direct sale, flea market, crafts, artisans, and vintage vendors for their summer outdoors market. Please send inquiries to PD3021 at Mikoff, that's MIKOFC.org.
Yeah.
Okay, I had this one too. Become a vendor at the Westland Farmers and Artisan Market. Visit www.westlandfarmersmarket.com to get the 2021 vendor application and market policy.
Yeah, they got a nice farmers market over there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Sprouts.
Yeah, seeds and sprouts. It's going to be at the Maplewood Garden on May 22nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for ages 6 through 9. Join us for a fun and educational day of gardening. There'll be games, crafts, activities, planting seeds, lessons. Lunch will be provided. This is sponsored by the Kiwanis. Space is limited, so register early. Call 734-793-1850 or visit the Maplewood front desk to register.
Okay.
Okay, Kids Cornhole League, $40 per team. It's ages 9 through 16. It's on Thursdays through June 17th from 6 to 7 p.m. Call 734-793-1882 to learn more.
Okay. And we got pickleball. Can't forget that.
Yeah. Drop-in pickleball every Tuesday and Thursday at Maplewood Community Center from 10 a.m. to 12. $3 is drop in. This is for ages 50 and up.
Yep. And last one.
Senior fitness room is open at the Maplewood Senior Center Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9:30 to 3:30, by appointments to allow for social distancing. And you can call 734-793-1850 for appointments and membership rates.
Okay. I just want to mention real quick, the Straight Farmhouse has so many events that we just can't go through them all right now tonight. But I will mention that May 13th and 16th, they're going to have bead wire hanging. June 5th, they're going to have summer birds night light or sun catcher you can make. June 26th, upcycled garden plate ornament. July 28th, dragonfly wall hanging 5x5. You can go to their website at straightfarmhouse.org, straightfarmhouse.org. They just updated all their events that are going to be on there, and you can get your tickets and everything right on there and more information. So we'll mention it again next week, but they have a lot of stuff going on over there, and I give them a lot of credit for sure, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have anything else you want to add, Mike?
Yeah, we got a few things.
Mentioned the marketplace. We got that out.
Right. Garden City Kiwanis has tentatively set the Great Pig Race number 5 for Saturday, September 11th. It'll be outside in the lot next to the Oddfellows building on Merriman Road. And I think it's July 15th is the date that they're going to look at
July 5th.
and make it a go or no go, depending on what COVID's doing.
That'll be the final decision date right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got to get my money over there too. I forgot.
Yeah.
Or should we wait? I don't know. Wait until we know for
Yeah,
sure.
we can wait till July 15th,
Okay.
and I can always pay for the Chet Meister pig, and you can reimburse me.
Okay.
Okay. Stay Healthy Outdoors, Fitness Classic. Boys,
A lot of stuff in the marketplace.
has cardio strength and kickboxing starting yesterday.
Get your marketplace. That's several
This-
venues.
This one I got from Mark Gutman's newsletter, and I really don't know where it is. It's Little Women, the Broadway musical.
Oh, that's going to be, they're doing that virtually from the high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be on May 6th and 8th at 7 p.m. and May 9th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
What else have we got here? Oh, Walking the Beat with Rudy.
Oh, yeah.
The DDA is inviting you and our well-behaved, furry, and friendly, Garden City friends to join Rudy, our canine officer, as he walks his daily beat downtown. Registration will open at 9 a.m. in the Garden City Town Center parking lot, also known as the Old Farmers Market area,
Right.
where the Lucky Squirrel Flea Market and Chili Cook-Off is located. Pet owners must register to participate. All behaved dogs are welcome to attend, but must be on a 6-foot leash. No retractable leashes. If any dog shows signs of aggression, they will be asked to leave. Rudy will rally all those registered and leave the pack at 10 a.m. sharp. This endeavor will be on 2 miles and possibly an hour long as we meet, greet, and sniff our way past the downtown business. There is a free event. This is a free event sponsored by Garden City DDA, Lucky Dog Luxury Daycare and Boarding, and the Garden City Police Department.
Well, it sounds like a great event. I just hope all the canines cooperate.
Yeah.
And get along. You know?
Okay, that's the Westland Farm Armory. We did the miniature golf.
Yep.
This is way in the future, but the chili cook-off scheduled for October 9th. Save the date.
Yeah, let's hope that's a go. We don't know yet. Probably tentative for now, like everything.
Parents Night Out, Lucky Squirrel.
Want to say hi to Mary Jane Wozniak is in there. How you doing, Mary?
Garden City Public Library has open for lobby pickup only, Monday through Friday from 10 to 5.
Also, hi to Fawn Salvatore. She says that they're happy to see the event starting to happen again. Yep, let's keep our fingers crossed on.
Yeah, a lot of things going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, go to the straightfarmhouse.org website, and they have a lot of different craft events going on. And that way you support the museum as well. So a lot
Did
of
we
good.
mention the adult kickball league?
Maybe
I don't
not.
think so.
Okay, go ahead.
7/9 through 8/27. So that's July 9th for August 27th at 6 p.m. Relive your childhood glory days on the playground with adult co-ed 10x10 kickball league. Call Parks and Recreation 734-793-1882 for more info or to sign up. 18 and up, $300 per team, doubleheader games. Okay.
That it?
Straight Farmhouse has a new exhibit,
Oh, yeah.
Toys of Yesterday.
Toys of Yesterday, yeah. That's Wednesdays and Saturdays, I believe, 12 to 3.
Westland Historic Village has a 1931 and older vehicles and auto history writers with vendors. You can contact Don Nicholson at 734-658-5296.
Our good friend Don Nicholson, the car guru.
Yeah. Talked about pickleball. Oh, there's Gleaners is having a free food distribution. You can get 30 pounds of nutritious groceries on Friday, May 14th and 28th from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock at the Garden City Middle School, 1851 Radcliffe.
All right. You want to save some for next week?
I think I covered just about all of them.
We'll probably
We'll
hit
repeat some of the ones, the bigger ones.
Okay. Good job. All right. I think we're ready to wrap this up. Hour and 18 minutes in.
Wow.
You know, we're always looking for guests to come on the show. If you or someone might be interested, it's very easy. You can contact us through our website at gccommunitychat.com. Send us your name, email address, and a brief message, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. Or you can message us on our Facebook page and also text us at 734-788-9319. During this time, you can do the show safely and remotely from the comfort of your home or office, just like we did tonight. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization. You'd like to share that information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you. And with that said, Mike, I think we're ready to call this a
podcast.
Special thanks to our guests, Natalie and Jason Crozier from Pest Solutions. If you have a pest problem, get a hold of them at 734-419-0004, and they will service you the best. Also, thanks to Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. Remember, you can contact Joe at 734-523-8291 for all your tax questions. And, of course, thanks to my co-host, Opera Tom, and Mike. Great job as always. Mike, any final thoughts or anything?
No, I just hope people continue to get their vaccinations so we can get back out into some semblance of real life.
Right. Want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. Sandy Abraham, thank you. Have a great weekend yourself. Chief Harmon, thank you. Good night. Mary Jane, everyone in there. We really appreciate your participation. And thanks to all of you, like I said, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat, where you can watch at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late tonight. Also, we'll be on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/community chat show. And if you haven't checked out our YouTube page yet, we hope that you will. And please help us out and subscribe. Click on that red subscribe button. That'll help get our numbers up. And as always, we want to thank all of our healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. They would appreciate that. All right, remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses, but please support them safely. That means maintaining your distance, masking up, and please get vaccinated. Support them when you can. We all need to work together to get those numbers down. It's up to each and every one of us. There are signs of improvement, so let's keep it going. And Mike, if you see something,
say something.
Absolutely. Look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to dappertimesweather.com. He's got a great user-friendly website over there. We will see you right back here next Thursday, May 13th, live on Facebook.com, when our guest will be another Garden City business. The founder,
Fantastic.
the founder of Garden City Delivers, Cindy Storm, will be here. Until next week, thanks for listening. Stay safe, mask up, vaccinate, and have a good night. See you, Mike.
Yep.
Take care, bud.